apply for a TEDx talk, but the thought of having to be here creating your 1-minute video is filling you full of all sorts of nerves and fear. Well, have no fear. I'm going to give you 7 steps in this video of things that you can think about to make your idea worth sharing come across much more clear via that video. And we're going to start with number 1, dressing the part. Let's start with dress the part. You may feel right in a business suit. It may be right for your idea, but if it's not your style, then toss that jacket away. You can dress how your idea fits for you on the day. But a bit of colour brings in a bit of brightness too. Makeup, hair, ladies, as long as you're not appearing on screen as a total scruff, then neaten yourself up and don't feel the pressure to come on screen with a full face of makeup. If the gents can appear here without a drop of this, then I want you to know we talk about camera ready face. It's the camera that has no fear of filling the frame and appearing with a smile, no matter what goes on. So talking of what's going on, next thing to check is what might be around you in the background. It's not just about you. One quick one, jewellery. Avoid the dangly earrings that might distract your audience or rattling things. So think of that first. But that links in nicely to thinking about the other distractions that might be going on around you. Please, if you're filming in a room, make sure you tidy up the backdrop. And the second one is make sure nothing weird is sticking out of the top of your head. Stripes in the wall particularly make an arrow straight down, and I've also seen plants growing out of people's ears. So be aware of that. Best thing to do is take a little wander, either tidy up first or find a wall that might be blank behind you. So excuse me while I take the camera for a walk. Find a wall that gives you nice lighting and might be more simple, or might even have a backdrop for you that promotes something that you do. Hint, hint. But the second tip is, wherever you are setting up in your room, it is most important that you have light on your face. So avoid turning the camera so that the camera then focuses on the light outside and you're sitting there in darkness. We want to see you. So make sure the device that you're filming with has the ability to give you light on your face. And excuse the top of my head, we don't really want to see the top of anybody's head when we're filming, but just while I set you up again. Now, the next thing is, wherever you are filming, you can choose to be inside, you may choose to be outdoors. So that's tip number 3. Dress the set for whatever suits the idea, the story that you are about to share. As long as we can hear you, that story might back up your idea, but otherwise being against a plain wall is absolutely fine. Plain is better. Patterns and busy make the camera go fizzy. So simple colours, simple patterns, simple plainness is always very good for being on screen. The next thing I want you to think about is you'll notice that I've set up the camera in what we call a landscape format. That is where your camera is on its side, not vertical. Vertical filming is ideal for periscopes on Twitter or Instagram videos, but most of the time when we're filming, when you're uploading to Facebook or to YouTube, we like to see things landscape, wide screen. Think like on a TV or on a film. That's what you're really creating, is a mini documentary about your story. So film in landscape. The next thing I want you, and as you see, I'm actually looking over here because I have my notes over here on a little notepad and a stand. So don't be tied down to your notes, but know where you're going to go to make your video flow. One thing can link into the next. So I dress the set, we set up where you might be filming, we set up the lighting. So the next thing I'm going to set you up is the sound. You'll notice in the studio here, I actually have a studio. So my sound isn't hollow, it isn't echoey. But if you do have, using a little microphone plugged into your phone will always give you a much better sound quality. But this one, I don't even have the microphone. But be aware, if you are out on a busy outdoor shooting scene, even if it's in your back garden, somewhere beautiful, where you feel calm and relaxed and confident, that's what you're looking for. But at those times, you may need to be closer into camera and project your voice. Even though you're talking to a machine right here, still think that you're standing on that beautiful TEDx stage with the red dot underneath you, and you need to project that voice so that people hear the impact of your story, making sure that it suits the style of the story that you're sharing. If you're bringing emotion, bring the emotion to the scene. In the video, that's absolutely wonderful. If it's energy filled, come with energy. But most of all, use you to adapt. If you're using the built-in microphone, to come closer to the screen and to move further away. But as you move further away, know that you'll need to project your voice a little bit more. Whispers and secrets can be close up. The next thing I want you to think about is, you'll notice this is very still. I'm not getting too much wobble on the camera here because I've actually got this camera. I'm using a tripod. If you don't have a tripod, that's absolutely fine. Why not get somebody else to film you? And the tips with the filming on your phone. This is probably what you're more than likely to have in your own home. If somebody else is filming you, get them to use this camera. The front, the reverse side, I always think of this as the front of the camera because I normally use this camera. I'm normally looking at it this way. But that camera on the back of your phone is a much, much better quality than the camera that is built in the top of your phone, wherever it is on your phone. But you're going to be doing that landscape and ideally using this camera. However, whether you're holding it yourself or whether somebody is holding it for you, the main thing is never with one hand, because the wobbles are likely to hit in. So always hold a camera with two hands. But you'll notice that my hands aren't cupped into the edge, because if I'm using the built-in microphone, know which end of the phone your microphone is, because you have to make sure that you're not covering that up. And if you happen to be outside on a windy day, then cup your hand around it as much as you can to protect that. And ideally, we wouldn't have the wind coming from this side either. So you can use the selfie camera, which will be easier for you to see yourself on screen. But if you can learn where you are on camera, you can use that selfie. The trick is never one hand, and always look up to the camera. If you're looking down to the camera, you might hear that I've done nothing to my voice, but I've got a lovely double chin here now, but also this camera's got a lovely shot straight up my nose, and I've squashed my voice box. So project up, project out. Let the story be heard. Obviously, I wouldn't have the lighting behind me. I'm just doing this so you can see on my screen. So how you'll hold it here, what you might want to do is rest an elbow against a wall. That gives you a bit of firmness without a tripod. The other thing is that you'll see more than things. The other most important thing, see, even experts lose track of things. So if you lose track, remember you can always start again. It's only 1 minute. This is a few minute lifestyle presenting clip. I lose it all the time. I make the mistake so you don't have to. There you go. That's one of my mottos. So let's get back to how you hold your camera. however you're holding it, make sure that wherever you're holding it, whatever direction, you've got both hands on the top corners, nice solid, but never elbows out and never moving the camera without you. The camera itself, bring your elbows in and let the camera move with you. So you can stand, whether you're standing, whether you're sitting, everything moves with you. You're going to get a much, much stronger shot. But I only dropped that down because I was coming past the lens there. But you will be holding it up. Look up, look out to get the ideas out. Those are the two most important things. Hold the camera with both hands, move and move with it. And third thing, actually, look up, look out with the camera. If somebody else is filming you, just get them to hold it nice and firm for you. Much easier. Get one of the kids to help you out or get a friend over. Promise them something for a bit of fun. You don't have to send the first take, but if you present it live style, get over yourself and know that this is your script. We do not know what you've got written on your notes unless you panic and let it show. We don't know if you don't let it show. So unless you see the panic stricken in the face, nobody knows what you've written. Start and close. Start with impact. Forget the hi, hello, I'm Lottie Hearn and I'm here to share my idea for TEDx. Go straight in with it, like I did at the top of this video. We love challenges, we love questions, the power of three. Friends, Romans, countrymen, when, or women, when, what, why, who, how, where. But most of all, we love why, what, and how. Those are the three key questions people want answered. So when you're creating your 1 minute video, if you pattern it in the style of a killer opening, great statement, a challenge, a question, but knowing that you by the end of the video can have answered that question or given the answer to that challenge. For a TEDx, we want to know the why, the what, the how. In the instructions, I'm looking over here, in the instructions it actually tell us what is your idea worth sharing, why should we pick you, why is your idea valid for TEDx talks, and the last thing is how are you going to guide, serve, help your audience. What's their call to action? Take home. If you focus on those three things, the what, the why, the how, the what, the order isn't so relevant as long as you cover what is requested in the TEDx application. But most of all, start in a really impactful way. Bring your smile. Find the times to smile. Find the times to match the emotion. If you have a smaller energy, that's absolutely fine. Fill the frame with your face. This is what we're here to see on screen. Because remember, every TEDx talk that you are picked for, you will be live on stage, but you will also be videoed. That's the give back for you, is you will get a professional quality video as a result of appearing on that red dot. So your presentation needs to be from stage to screen, or screen to stage to screen. So what's the connection that you can bring? How will your audience connect to the idea that you have worth sharing from you? Those are some basic tips, just checking I haven't missed anything off here. We've done the sound, we've done the light on the face, we've done the tripod, we've shown you how to hold it, filming in landscape, filming in an appropriate setting, but making sure that it is nice and tidy, dress the set and dress you, and most of all, come and have some fun. This isn't meant to be a hard task. It's not meant to be difficult. You're allowed to mess up. I always say stuff up with confidence and get over it right there, right then, and find the times to bring the smile. The point of this video is so that we get to feel your appeal, the sense of you, and why we can believe in your authenticity, your realness, the style that you own that is uniquely you. That's why you've set yourself up to apply for this TEDx talk. So bring all of that in your 1 minute video. I know it's a lot to think about now, but once you get going, you'll be fine. And remember, you don't have to use the first take. You don't have to use the second or third take. It may take you a few takes to do. More than likely though, you'll come back to the first or the last take to use, because that will be the most natural, the most authentic, the most impromptu style of you on screen. Bring your heart, that's all we ask. And cannot wait to see your 1 minute videos for your